Look at this 8230 right here. Minus 12, minus 13 degrees. Minus 12 degrees. So working out of the operating engineers and being a mechanic and taking care of a whole fleet of equipment, what I would usually do would be to stagger my lunch hour so that when the equipment was parked, I was looking at it, and when the equipment was running, I was taking my lunch. But a lot of things that I'm going to show you about this heat gun being my best friend was when that equipment got parked at lunchtime, I would go around and I would shoot the final drives on the crawler tractors and see, you know, is the right side match the temperature of the left side? I'd walk around and I'd shoot all the pins. If it had sealed and lubricated tracks on it, I'd walk around and I would shoot all the pins to see if there was one hotter than another one. I'd shoot the idlers. I'd shoot the front idlers. You could shoot the cylinder head on the engine. You could do the hydraulic tank. You could go around to your haul trucks and shoot the wheels. You can do all kinds of stuff with a heat gun. And, you know, you could shoot the inner and the outer final drive. So I could shoot both inner final drives. I could shoot the planetary gears on the outside. And a lot of times you're going to prevent a problem from happening. Good gracious sakes, if you're one of 2 or 3 mechanics and you got a whole fleet of stuff out there running, you're a busy man. You don't have no time to be screwing around. But that's just one of the things that that this heat gun can do for you. It's probably the best tool in my toolbox. But I'm going to show you a lot of other stuff that you can do with it. And it's just a handy tool, not only if you're in HVAC business, but if your car, if you want to shoot the brakes on, if you had trouble with the brakes on your car, you could shoot the back brake, you could shoot the front brake rotor, you could go to the other side and do the same and see if those numbers match. If this one's showing you 135 degrees, the one on the other side better be pretty close to it. Or if your front brake is showing you, you know, 116 or 200 or 250, and the other one should be about 250. But you can use this heat gun in a lot more ways than what you think, and they're relatively not expensive. So, man, is it cold out here. I'm going to go back inside, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Let's just pretend that this radiator here was still in a haul truck, and we take it and we shoot the top of that radiator and we see that it's got 180 degree water coming in the top of that radiator. And now we come down here and we shoot the middle of the radiator and we see as that drops, is the temperature dropping? Also, we're going to shoot over in about 5 spots to see that, is the radiator cold on this side? Is it cold on this side? If it's cold, that tells you that you're not getting circulation on that piece of that radiator. So you can really determine whether or not, what kind of physical shape that radiator is in. So if it drops, you know, if it comes in the top and it drops 35 degrees by the time it goes out the bottom, you know you got a flow problem of some kind, because it should never drop that much temperature going through the radiator. It's just so many things that this gun will do for you. Absolutely so many things it will do for you. That your car's overheating. You can take this heat gun and put it right there on that thermostat housing where the water's coming out of the engine, and it's showing me right now it's 51 degrees. Well, if the thermostat was supposed to open at 180, you would know that whether that thermostat opens or it didn't open. You would know by shooting the hose going back into the water pump, you know, has it cooled off? How much did it cool off? Did it cool off too much where it doesn't have any circulation? You know, there's a lot of things that you can answer just by what's going on. You could take and shoot the exhaust manifold on this side and turn around and shoot the exhaust manifold on this side. You could shoot, this has got stainless steel headers on it. You could shoot every cylinder to see if you got a cylinder that's showing you that it's 10 degrees colder than the rest, like this one here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could shoot all of these cylinders where the exhaust comes out and see if you got a hot one or a cold one. Same way with a diesel engine. As long as you can get to that exhaust manifold, you can find out if one cylinder is doing more work than another cylinder, or if one cylinder is colder than another cylinder. But it'll answer a lot of questions what's going on. And so the other best part about this thing is walk up to your fridge. You can check, make sure your beer's cold. 39.9. Bottom shelf definitely is better. 37 in a glass bottle. 36. But you can check your fridge. Check your deep freeze. 22.9. Check your Captain Morgan. 20 degrees. Definitely makes a difference. Use it for a lot of different things. Definitely need to make sure the beer's cold though. There you have it. If you were a farmer and you had a combine and you thought you had a bad bearing and you can see it in there, you can reach in there and you can shoot that bearing and see if that bearing is hot or cold. Really handy with the laser light. I would suggest if you're going to get one with a laser light. This particular one is a Master Cool, and it goes from minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit to 932 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's my favorite. I really like it. This is a Raytech. This is an older gun. I've had this gun for years. It goes from minus 25 to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. It does the same thing, but it doesn't have a laser light on it. But it will give you temperature. You point it at something and you get within a couple feet of it and it'll give you a temperature. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. They make them more expensive. The more temperature, they make them all the way up to about 3,000 degrees. The more and the hotter that they get, the more that they cost. I can't remember what this one was, but I'm going to tell you that it's less than $100. They've came down in price considerably for, you know, what they used to be. But if you're going to get one, make sure you get one with a laser light on it, because you can point it at something and you can read the temperature and you can be 20 feet away. It's probably one of the best diagnostic tools that I had in my truck, because it would answer so many questions that, you know, you have any kind of a question about anything. It used to be years ago, you'd walk up and you'd lay your hands on something and see if it felt hot. You can walk around something in less than a minute and have all kinds of answers as to what's going on real fast. So if you're out there and you're wrenching on something, it sure does come in handy. And you can use it for anything. So go find yourself a heat gun. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.